Fort Myers is an amazing place to retire. Now, I know I'm biased, but it's not just me that thinks that. U.S. News & World Report recently ranked Fort Myers, Florida as one of the best places in the USA to retire. So yeah, U.S. News & World Report just released their list of the 150 best places to retire in the USA for 2021 and 22. And out of the top 10, 8 of them are in Florida. Now I want to give a big shout out to the other cities in the Sunshine State that made the list, and I'm going to talk a little smack about these other places and why Fort Myers is actually better than the rest of them. But first, please consider clicking that subscribe button as well as the little bell next to it so you're notified of my new videos, and please click that like button as well. Thank you so much for doing that. It means a lot and it helps me out with YouTube. Now back to the 8 cities in Florida that, according to U.S. News & World Report, are the best places in the USA to retire. Number 10, Pensacola. Pensacola is way up in northwest Florida. So far west, it's actually in the central time zone, not the eastern time zone like the rest of the state. Pensacola is great to visit in the summertime, but in the winter, it gets pretty cold. Your average low temperatures are going to be in the mid-40s, and highs are maybe in the low 60s, if you're lucky. Now I guess seasons can be nice, but I didn't move to Florida to be cold. Number 8, Port St Lucie. Do you like paying taxes? I'm willing to bet that you don't. St. Lucie County has the highest property taxes in Florida, and of course when you're in the city of Port St. Lucie within St. Lucie County, your taxes are even higher. Number 7, Fort Myers. Let's save the best for last. Stick around to the end and we're going to talk about why Fort Myers is the best place in Florida to retire. Number 6, Tampa. I'm going to be honest, Tampa's a cool city, especially areas like South Tampa and Hyde Park. But like any big city, the nice areas are expensive, and the cheaper areas, maybe not so nice. While Tampa is on Tampa Bay, it can be close to an hour to get to the beaches on the Gulf of Mexico. Number 4, Melbourne. Melbourne is a nice, quiet town. Emphasis on quiet. Don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly a party animal, but it seems like once the sun goes down in Melbourne, just about everything in town closes for the night. Number 3, Daytona Beach. If you're at the age of retiring, then you know Daytona Beach was once a crazy spring break destination. While it's no longer the home of MTV's Spring Break, Daytona is actually one of the most dangerous cities in the country, let alone the state. Now granted, most of the crime is limited to specific areas, but do you still want to live in a place where the crime rate is more than double the national average? Number 2, Naples. Naples is nice. It's really nice. It's pretty close to Fort Myers. We often go down there for dinner or to the zoo, and I do a lot of work down there too. But it's also a lot more expensive than Fort Myers. There's home builders that build in Fort Myers where they'll sell a home for $400,000. The exact same floor plan in Naples will be $600,000 just because it's in Naples. Now perhaps you're a billionaire and the higher cost of living doesn't really concern you. Well, if that's the case, you should call me. I'll totally help you out because Naples is like the next town south of here and I know it well. But if cost of living is a concern, well, you should still call me and we'll find you a great value in Fort Myers. Number 1, Sarasota. Can't lie here. Sarasota is an awesome town. It's definitely more expensive than Fort Myers. Winters are a little cooler than Fort Myers, and summers are just as hot. Sarasota is probably my second choice of places to live in Florida, except for the cost of housing, and my in-laws live there, so not going to happen. But now that you know why the rest of the top 10 aren't that great, here's a few reasons why Fort Myers is actually the best place to retire in the USA. Fort Myers has always been a retirement town, but retirees have become much more active. They want things like restaurant, theaters, sports, and other activities, and Fort Myers has grown to fill that void. So whether you're looking for outdoor activities like boating or fishing, hiking, biking, golf, tennis, pickleball, you'll have plenty of options. We have 2 Major League Baseball teams here. Both the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox have spring training facilities in Fort Myers. We have plenty of theater options as well as a minor league hockey team. We also have plenty of events, both sporting events and otherwise, at Florida Gulf Coast University. And I can't forget to mention all of our amazing restaurant options, from the finest dining to the diviest dive bar and everything in between. Fort Myers has grown tremendously over the past decade, with the population growing by about 40% between 2010 and 2020. Of course, this naturally drives up the cost of living and housing, but the cost of housing in Fort Myers is still well below the national average. The average home price in the USA is over $315,000, while the average home price in Fort Myers is just under $278,000. And Florida does not have a state income tax, which is popular to everybody, but especially retirees that are on a fixed income. And of course, one of the best things about Fort Myers is the weather. Well, some people love their winter activities. Seems weird, but most retirees are quite happy never shoveling snow again. Shorts in December? Yes, please. You want to spend your January weekends at the beach? How can you say no? Well, I guess if you're in Pensacola, you might say no since it's cold in January in Pensacola, but at least you're not going to be getting the salt stains out of your pants. Anyway, I can go on and on about why Fort Myers is the best place in Florida, the best place in the USA to spend your retirement. But instead of turning this into an hour-long video, reach out to me today as I'd love to tell you all about it. Please feel free to call, text, send me an email, or leave a comment just down below and I'll answer all of your questions. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.